Hi, this is Ken Smith. Welcome to part one of our 8-part video series, 8 Critical Lessons We Learned Caring for Elderly Parents. Sometimes you can learn too much about a disturbing topic. Learning a lot about it often means you had to experience it, and that's how my wife Marianne and I feel about the topic of this video series, the challenges of caring for elderly parents. We learned so much after 6 years of caring for 3 frail elderly parents we brought into our home at the same time. Since Marianne and I are both only children, the buck stopped here. Together we decided we would do whatever it took to keep our parents out of nursing homes. But we didn't understand the depth of the challenges. Our book, My Elder Care Diary, provides relevant details of our 6-year experience. We wrote this book because we felt a prompting to share what we learned. And here come the boomers. Our experience will only get more front and center as the boomers continue to age. How do we deal with all this? How do we pay for it? How do we find help? This video series is an overview of what we learned over those 6 years. Marianne and I have selected the 8 most important pieces of advice we can offer. Those of you who have similar experiences may have a different list, but this is ours. We hope it's helpful. Let's start with the most fundamental advice we can offer. Critical lesson number 1. Plan early. Who hasn't dispensed this nugget of advice talking about our subject matter? The problem is that it's so often ignored. Why? Because most of us may agree on its importance. But the reality is that real planning is time-consuming and confusing. We don't know where to start, and there's always tomorrow. That is, until tomorrow comes. And here's another reality fact. Most planning is superficial because it hurts our head learning enough to make informed judgments. As we were planning to move our elderly parents out of their homes because of health issues, we researched aggressively. We thought we were pretty thorough, but now we realize how shallow and uninspired our research was. Real planning requires real research. When we say real research, we mean more than a few Google searches and books from the library. Here's our strongest advice if you're in the planning state. Talk to people. There is no substitute for telephone conversations or in-person interviews. We're saying talk to caregivers. Talk to institutions, insurance companies, professional advisors, and others who have or are experiencing similar challenges. Only such active research can clarify what is really a pretty complex set of issues to be evaluated. Well, we actually did something right. One of the things we did right early on was talk with an attorney who specialized in elder care issues. We knew that we needed help financially to prepare apartments in our home. The attorney helped us structure gifting to us of some money from the sale of our parents' houses. Starting early gave us a better chance of reaching 3 years after the gift to avoid the look-back recapture of that gift if a Medicaid application for nursing home care was needed. Today, that look-back is 5 years, so the need to plan early is even greater. If you can afford it, seeking professional advice is well worth the investment, and try to find a specialist who deals almost exclusively with the same issues you need advice about. Focused experience counts. You can start an online search for lawyers, elder law, but don't just pick anyone. Ask around. Who's the go-to specialist in the area? Good intentions? Sometimes good intentions don't cut it. Compliance with law and federal program requirements can intrude on those intentions. If you can't afford a lawyer, it just means you have to work harder at your research. And there is so much information out there. The resource directory on our site alone has more than 250 resources and links. Just remember to talk to people after doing your preliminary research. Do it before you need it. The key is to do it early, before you really need the information. If you wait until unforeseen circumstances put you in a panic mode, you will not have the time or the focus to do it right. Trust us, this is not a quick research project. It takes time and it takes reflection. So don't say you'll start your research tomorrow. Planning for potential scenarios before they happen is essential. Don't think it can't happen to you or that your present level of care will continue without change. This stuff can change radically, overnight. We went 3 years with only modest changes in our situation. Then in one 5-second fall by Marianne's father, our lives changed instantly and radically. So critical lesson number 1 is the most fundamental. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. Start your planning early. Now check out video 2 in the series, Organize. We welcome your feedback and comments. Share your experiences, thoughts, and feelings with all of us by leaving a comment. Also, please like the videos in this series and be sure to subscribe to join our community. Thank you.